Welcome back to the Daily Nugget. It's day 93 of 365, and you guys asked for more analysis, so I'm introducing a spotlight pair series which will basically break down key opportunities that I'm seeing in the market, which could play out on that day or over the course of the week. And so the first pair is CADJPY short. So looking at the daily, trading within this range here, you could argue that this is the current sort of lower time frame range, and I'll speak to that in a bit. But I'm seeing these two larger points as my point of reference. What's significant, I think, on this pair is we've just come lower from this point here, which was our monthly range high. This was the most recent bullish block that formed before it was before price closed lower, which then established that as a bearish order block. But looking at the range we were trading in on the daily, that wick low was still a point of reference, and it just becomes a bit clearer on the weekly, where you see that as almost the rejection low, or the point of reference to retest, as we were trading within this now new daily range. So we tapped into that last week, price sold off aggressively, which is complemented by Trump's tariffs, which have come into effect. Well, I guess there'll be a gradual phasing in, but there's a sort of 10% baseline on most goods that I've seen, and it obviously varies depending on the country. Canada and Mexico were kind of hardest hit with, as you know, the US's biggest trading partners, with that 25% tariff, and I don't think they've been affected too much by what was announced yesterday, but there is still a trade deficit as a result of the tariffs that are slowly being implemented. What we did see was a sell-off in the Japanese equity markets, but a rally in the currency itself, and that's been across the board. I think economists still see the Japanese yen as a safe haven currency, and so if we go up to USD JPY, this is sold off quite aggressively. The dollar's devalued quite a bit, and this is coming down into those daily targets. And so I see CADJPY playing out very similarly because of some of those macro influences, but obviously largely because of the technical confluences that are at play as well. And there's just a lot more room for this to come lower on the daily, given we breach this level here. And so coming down to the 4 hour, you can see after we tagged into that monthly range high, we did shift structure to the downside, breaking that low. This week was more of a correction higher, which saw then price sell off before some of the fundamental drivers that have continued to take price lower. 1 hour time frame, I'm seeing price trade within this range, and I'll be looking for price over the course of today. This could play out today or tomorrow. Today being Thursday the 3rd. Obviously Friday, tomorrow, NFP might not affect this too much, but we'll see. But seeing this slowly trickle higher, depending on how long it takes. I doubt we'll see this in London session, more likely in New York, if not tomorrow, and then looking to take this lower. Interim targets are those daily lows there. I think that would be a good first primary target, and then obviously these longer extended targets further down. And so this could honestly play out at any moment, and if you watch this a day or two late, you could miss the move. And so head to my profile, follow if you aren't already, but more importantly, just make sure you're tuned into the daily nuggets, so that you're not missing out on these. Remember guys, consistency is the choice you make when you start doing the things you should be doing day in and day out.